This is factoring. So let's factor some polynomials. So for the first one, we have x squared plus 3x plus 2. So we have x squared plus 3x plus 2. And we want to factor this into its respective quantities, right? So then the product of the two first terms has to be equal to this. So this is x and x. And then the product of the two last terms have to be equal to 2. But then the sum of them have to be equal to the middle coefficient, right? So the coefficient in the middle term is 3. So 1 plus 2 is equal to 3. And 1 times 2 is equal to positive 2. So that works. So 1 and 2. And we have plus 1 and plus 2, right? Because look, the product 1 times 2 gives positive 2. And then positive 1 plus 2 is equal to positive 3x. And so or positive 3, so that works. And then you can FOIL it just to check it. So x squared plus 2x plus x plus 2. And we see when we combine like terms, this works. Right? So this checks with this. So we know this is correct. For the second one, let's try x squared plus 7x plus 12. Okay, so we have our two quantities here. We know that the first term in each one is going to be x, because x times x equals x squared. And then we want the product of this number and this number to equal to positive 12. But then the sum of them to equal to positive 7, right? So 3 times 4 is equal to 12, and 3 plus 4 is equal to 7. So it's going to be positive 3 and positive 4, right? And we can FOIL this to check it. X squared plus 4x plus 3x plus 12. And we see when we combine like terms, these two guys just combine to give 7x, and this plus 12. So this checks with this, so then this must be correct. Okay, for the third one. And some of these, a good approach to this is to just guess. If you're not sure what to do, just guess and then FOIL it and see if it matches up with the original thing. And you'll get the hang of it after time goes by, after you do a few of them. X squared plus, and this one will do x squared plus x minus 12. So we have x squared plus x minus 12. Okay, so x and x. And then we want the product of this number and this number to equal to minus 12. But then the sum of those two numbers to be equal to positive 1. Right? So 4 times negative 3 gives negative 12. Right? And then 4 plus a negative 3 gives a positive 1. So that works. So let's do x plus 4 and x minus 3. So we have x squared, let's just check it, x squared minus 3x plus 4x minus 12. Combining like terms, we get x squared. Negative 3x plus 4x is positive 1x, right? So positive x minus 12. And we see that this checked with this, therefore this is correct, right? Number 4. Number 4 is x squared minus 3x minus 10. X squared minus 3x minus 10. So we have our two quantities here. We know that there's going to be an x here and an x here because this times this has to equal to that first term, x squared. And then we want the product of the two numbers to be equal to this last thing, but then the sum of them to be equal to this middle coefficient, right? So 2 times 5 is 10, right? And specifically, positive 2 times negative 5 gives negative 10, right? And the sum of the two numbers, positive 2 plus negative 5, gives negative 3. So it's going to be plus 2 and minus 5. And if we're not sure, we can just guess positive 2 and minus 5. And if we're not sure about this, we can check it. So x squared minus 5x plus 2x minus 10, right? So x squared, combining like terms, negative 5x plus 2x gives negative 3x, and then minus 10. And so we see that this checks with this first term here. This is the same as this. And so that means this thing is true, right? Okay, I'm going to step aside and give you a clear screenshot. Try them for yourself. Realize, of course, that this is the same problems that we did for the foiling tutorial. This is just in reverse. Factoring is just foiling in reverse. Okay, I'm going to step aside. Try it out.